I'm Ashley Kyle.
And I'm Bob Spicer.
And this is your Lake News Update brought to you by Lake TV and LakeExpo.com. If it's fall, it must be time for the Jacob Cave swapping days, and Lake TV was there.
What are you looking for? Antiques? Small animals? Food? Well, if you were at this past weekend swapping days at Jacob's Cave Meadowlands, chances are you found what you were looking for. Everything from gunny sacks to antlers to statuary, deer heads to drum sets. Jacob's Cave Swapping Days had it for sale. There were kittens, puppies, pigeons, turkeys, live and stuffed. The chosen mode of transportation, golf carts and gators. The food, everything from kettle corn to deep-fried Twinkies. Yes, deep-fried Twinkies. Barbecue to corn dogs. There were autumn-themed things too, fall flowers, and of course, pumpkins. All in all, it was 4 days of swapping, selling, and trading. Saturday was rained out, and Sunday was cold. But all in all, Jacob's Cave Swapping Days was a success. And there was even live entertainment.
Cold, wet weather was an unwelcome guest at last week's Versailles Apple Festival, but lots of people still grabbed an umbrella and came to the annual event, which is, for many, a sign that fall has truly arrived. Winners of the apple dumpling and apple tart contests were crowned on Saturday, too. This year's apple dumplings are Hadley Nicole Gentry and Cedric McCauley, and the apple tarts for 2013 are Addison Tolles and Tanner Hopner. The Versailles Apple Festival is named for an apple orchard that grew outside of town. The orchard is long gone, but the Apple Festival has been bringing sweet treats and a weekend of fun to Central Missouri for 34 years.
Anglers brought home big bucks in the Big Bass Bash last weekend. Tyler Elders won, listen to this, $61,500 cash after he hauled in a bass weighing 6.52 pounds. Others went home happy too, with cash prizes for the 25 heaviest bass at 8 separate weigh-in times throughout the weekend. The Big Bass Bash is held every spring and fall at the Lake of the Ozarks, and it's organized by Midwest Fish Tournaments.
The numbers are in, and Lake of the Ozarks shootout organizers are reporting several new records for 2013. The event raised $115,000 for local nonprofit organizations, fire districts, surpassing last year's number of $100,000. The number of spectators and participants during the 10-day event has been estimated at 110,000, an increase of 10,000 over last year. And of course, there's a new shootout record for speed after Bill Tomlinson in his race boat My Way blasted past the old record of 209 miles per hour with a top speed of 224.
There will be a new face at Osage Beach Board of Aldermen meeting since the board unanimously approved the replacement for Alderwoman Lois Farmer, who retired last month. Michelle Myler will be the new Ward 2 alderperson, holding the seat until Farmer's term expires next April. Myler is no stranger to Osage Beach Public Service, having served 2 four-year terms on the city's Planning and Zoning Commission. She was the favorite picked by the position by Mayor Penny Lyons.
Fall turkey season is in full swing, and the Missouri Department of Conservation says it could be a good one for hunters seeking a big bird. The cold, wet spring made for poor nesting conditions, so hunters are less likely to see young male birds known as jakes. But the last couple of years have seen a surge in turkey population, so mature males known as toms may be more prevalent this fall. The department says a tip for successful hunting is to watch the acorn crop. In areas with lots of acorns, turkeys will move around less.
More information has been released about the crash last weekend that killed a boater on the Lake of the Ozarks back in September, actually. The Missouri State Highway Patrol says James Koch ran into a large rock bluff just after 9 p.m. back on September 27th. The cause of death appeared to be blunt force trauma, but Southwest Missouri Forensics said they were still waiting on a toxicology report. The Highway Patrol also reported no one else was on the boat at the time of the crash.
The parent company of Lake Media has filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection. The nationwide media corporation, Gatehouse Media, released the news last week, saying the company was restructuring $1.2 billion of debt scheduled to come due next August. Gatehouse Media owns Lake Media, which includes the Lake Sun Leader, Lake Lifestyles Magazine, the Lake Focus, and Westside Star and Vacation News. Gatehouse CEO Mike Reed said customers, vendors, and employees should not notice any change in day-to-day operation as a result of the bankruptcy.
A fundraiser for the Missouri Forget-Me-Not Horse Rescue brought in $4,000 to help the sanctuary buy hay for the winter. Bales of horse-quality hay cost $55 each, and the sanctuary hopes to purchase about 180 bales for this winter. The backyard barbecue competition and fundraiser was hosted by Seven Springs Winery in Lynn Creek.
A longtime sports fan and Lake area resident attended her first Missouri Tigers football game when Mizzou played the Arkansas State Red Wolves last month. 92-year-old Midge Brown cheered alongside her family and thousands of college students as the Tigers pounded the Red Wolves in Columbia on September 28th. A Lake area resident since 1941, Midge Brown's husband Mac served in the Army during World War II before they were married, while Midge worked in a factory packing shells. Midge has been a sports fan ever since she and Mac bought their first television, but this was the first time she had ever been to a college football game.
Wow, 92 years old.
Aren't you about that old, Bob?
Hey, not for a while yet, but when I do get there, I hope I'm still going to be able to go to Mizzou games.
Well, maybe you can get a picture with Trubin the Tiger.
Maybe so. Anyway, here's a look at what's coming up this week around the Lake of the Ozarks.
The lake's last big boating event of the season is this weekend. Temperatures are expected to be in the 70s for the 28th annual Fall Harbor Hop as 40 lakefront establishments open their doors for a giant game of poker on the water. A complete hand is 7 cards and must be turned in by 7 p.m. on Saturday.
Captain Ron's is one of those 40 locations, by the way, and while boaters are harbor hopping, the captain invites them to the 7th annual Luau and Pig Roast.
If you're not one for pig roast, hop on over to Camden on the Lake for their Frog Leg Festival on Saturday from noon to 6. A $10 admission donation will go to the Tri-County YMCA.
On Tuesday, State Representatives Rocky Miller and David Wood will hold a fundraiser golf tournament at the Eldon Country Club. Lunch and registration begins at 11 a.m. Shotguns start at noon. A reception and awards ceremony will follow at 5 p.m. at Shawnee Bluffs Vineyards on Highway 54.
On Thursday, the Lake Area Chamber of Commerce will hold its annual fall dinner at the Lodge of Four Seasons. Tickets are $50 for members and $60 for non-members. This year's dinner theme is Mission Possible.
On Friday and Saturday from 9 to 4, the Camden County Museum will celebrate Apple Butter Days with craft demonstrations, a quilt raffle, and apple butter and pies. Admission's free. Lunch is available for a donation.
On Saturday, Old Kinderhook will have entertainment for kids and adults at its October Fun Fest from 3 to 7 p.m. Concession stands will be available for food, or dinner reservations can be made at the Trophy Room.
Also Saturday, the Lake of the Ozarks Fellowship of Christian Athletes will host a trap shooting tournament. This event will be held at the Missouri Trap Shooters Association home grounds down in Lynn Creek from noon to 6 p.m. Registration is $150 per person and includes lunch, 2 raffle tickets, and 75 shotgun shells.
The Camden County Relay for Life will begin Saturday evening at the Camden High School Stadium. The relay will run from 6 p.m. on Saturday to 6 a.m. on Sunday, honoring survivors and the loved ones they lost. Proceeds from the event go toward the fight against cancer.
And to finish up the weekend, golfers will tee off at Old Kinderhook to raise money for the Tri-County YMCA. Shotgun start begins at 9 a.m.
I'm Ashley Kyle.
And I'm Bob Spicer.
And this has been your Lake News Update brought to you by Lake TV and LakeExpo.com.